What's going on, fellow A-plussers? It's your boy, Adam Perez. We're back once again with a brand new video today as we're going to go ahead and tackle a trailer review for the upcoming Hellboy movie, believe it or not. That's right, we got another Hellboy movie titled The Crooked Man. This time around, we are, like 4 or 5 years separated from the previous Hellboy that was played by David Harbour from Stranger Things. Previous to that, we had Ron Perlman as our Hellboy for about 2 installments that were geared by Guillermo del Toro himself. And after those first 2 installments, this franchise has kind of really dwindled. The David Harbour Hellboy movie did not do well whatsoever in the box office, did not get critically acclaimed, not the best reviews in the world. And so we're about 4 or 5 years separated from that with the attempt to maybe wash that past installment out of our mouths and hopefully get Hellboy certainly back on track as it is. If you're a comic book fan, I think you've been impressed with what Mike Mignola has been able to do in regards to writing for this character. But lately, the transitions from comic book to being adapted to big screen have not gone so well. But Mike is certainly determined to go ahead and get Hellboy back on screen. And now we have ourselves a brand new trailer. This one really kind of went under the radar in regards to being filmed, wrapping production, going into post production. This official trailer actually did not even give us a release date. It simply just said coming soon. So I will be kind of curious to see what kind of theatrical release window it gets, or if this is something that's going to end up going to streaming. As of right now, I am expecting this film to be released in theaters, but we'll see. But let's go ahead and talk about this real quick, guys, because again, it's been a minute since we've seen Hellboy on the big screen, and you can definitely tell from this trailer alone that they're certainly going a completely different route. They are definitely feels like they're making this a smaller film, smaller budget, something a little bit more intimate in regards to really embracing the horror elements, maybe some of the supernatural vibes that we get in here also. This is very much far removed from the big summer blockbuster type of budget that somebody like Guillermo del Toro used to have on the very first 2 installments of this franchise. This immediately feels a little bit low budget. But then again, I guess when you're going from Del Toro, anything from that point on is kind of going backwards a little bit. You know what I mean? When we're so used to what Del Toro's vision has certainly been for this, and with him going out and winning, best director, best picture of the year sort of awards and whatever the case may be, it's really hard to top anything that Del Toro possibly did. But Mike Mignola is in fact back as the writer. He has taken part in writing all of the Hellboy movies, including the most recent 2019 film that certainly did not do too well. I believe he is in fact teaming up with another writer. Looking through his IMDb, doesn't look like he's got any big blockbuster films in regards to writing under his belt. A lot of shorts certainly here and there. So it will be interesting to see how Mike teams up with this brand new writer in regards to really bringing Hellboy sort of back to its roots. Again, this does not feel like a summer blockbuster type of movie, almost like Mike really wants to do his best to adapt the comic book straight from the page onto the screen. And that's really the vibe that I wind up getting from this trailer. I mean, even the colors are certainly not as vibrant as we're used to. They're very much kind of muted. It gives me vibes of that movie like The Witch and stuff, just the idea of us being in sort of like a dense sort of forest, if you will. We're clearly going to have some level of supernatural in here, whether that be witches, demons, the Crooked Man himself. So again, if we are used to the big action-packed, bombastic Hellboy, I don't think that's certainly what we're going to get in this particular movie. So I do think if those were our expectations after watching this trailer, we certainly should change those, to certainly say the least. We do have ourselves a brand new Hellboy himself in regards to the actor Jack Kesy, who's going to be playing him. I'm not too familiar with Jack's prior work, but I do like the makeup job that they've done here for Hellboy. He seems a little bit thinner than somebody like a David Harbour or a Ron Perlman in regards to just physique. He still looks like he's a pretty big guy, but so I can clearly see the comic book resemblance in here for Jack Kesy as Hellboy. So I still think that they're sticking true with the great costume design and creature design for him, but this will certainly be a vastly different take. And if anything, as everything is, it's really going to depend on story, regardless of what the budget is, regardless of how action packed it is. They are clearly going for a completely different sort of tone out of this film, something that's going to be delving a little bit more into the horror elements in here, probably a slower paced movie with minimal action, even though they do have some special effects sequences in here that didn't seem over the top, sort of impressive, but maybe based off of what the small budget is, maybe it seems rather fitting. It feels like, if anything, they're hoping to maybe make a smaller Hellboy budgeted film, and hopefully make a decent size return so that box office wise, it gives you a reason to go ahead and certainly make a sequel, maybe with a bigger budget the second time around. So it definitely feels like starting from the bottom and trying to work their way up, but maybe this is something that's going to be good for the Hellboy franchise in general. As far as the trailer, look, this trailer for me wasn't very moving. It didn't really build my anticipation level. If anything, I am fascinated to see what this can become. I definitely do think I need a second trailer to go ahead and explain a little bit more about the story, the Crooked Man itself. Clearly, it feels like a tale that people have been telling for quite some time. Whether or not this is a spiritual creature that's kind of come to life, if it's haunting people, like, there's definitely a lot more I want to learn about this particular character, and really what Hellboy, along with his investigative unit, like, what's their presence like? How big is things for Hellboy right now? So, the switch up of the pacing and the tone and the vibes in here certainly are vastly different than some of the bigger blockbuster films that we've gotten. But this feels a little bit more true to what the Hellboy comic book certainly is. Whether or not that means it's successfully adapted and the story is just as strong as it was in the comic books to big screen to draw people in, we'll definitely have to wait. So again, fascinating trailer in the sense of giving us something new, but not enough to really get me hyped and like ready to go to the theaters to see this film. You know what I mean? So definitely have to change my expectations a little bit more about what this particular film could possibly be. But look, at the end of the day, these are just simply my A+ opinions. I certainly want to go ahead and know yours. What do you guys think of the brand new Hellboy trailer? Did it move you? Did it not? Are you at least intrigued at the new direction that they're going? I know we all can't have Guillermo del Toro certainly back, but would you rather this have been another big sort of summer blockbuster event? Definitely go ahead and let me know your thoughts about this trailer in the comment section box below, guys. But until then, do us a big favor, as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.